Welcome to the Silver River two-player playthrough. So on this side we have Jesse. Jesse was the creative writer for the Silver River. So all the cool race explanations on the back of every race board, the race is described. Jesse wrote all that in the introduction. All the creative writing is him. So Jesse's kind of an expert at the Silver River, and I'm pulling for him today against Nate. But we'll see.
My first two-player game, y'all. Don't judge me harshly.
It is. You've only played the larger player
Always
counts.
with 4 players, yeah.
So, Jesse, who you playing today? I know you guys picked your races randomly today.
I am playing as the Reptilians today. We are a destructive race who want to bring doom and gloom to the universe because we feed on negative emotions of other races. And we clone other races' technology, which is a
nasty.
super cool power.
That's nasty.
It's actually one of my favorite powers, so even though we randomly chose, this is one of my favorite races. I don't think I've played as them before, though.
Well, it's just like you, really.
I mean, it looks like me, so...
All right, so we've got the Reptilians versus Nate. And Nate is the designer of the Silver River. Co-designer, yeah. I like the guy. Nate gets most of the credit, believe me, for the game. Nate came up with that domestic investment track, which really, I think, is a key to making this game fast.
Yeah, game changer.
But Nate, who are you playing?
I am playing as the YahYel, and this is one of my favorite races because they are master traders. They get bonuses for the trade stations around the galaxy, so I'm going to conquer the galaxy through trade and development.
So you get the big production boost.
Yeah,
right? You're like the Steve Jobs of the galaxy.
And so clearly, I'm the good guys, and he's the bad guys.
Yeah, you got a special home planet too. Tell us about that. Home planet.
So I've got a home planet. My home system has 2 planets, max 2 and 3 population. Most all the other races in the game currently have a 5 max population, but only 1 planet. So that gives me some kind of subtle advantages having 2 planets to start the game.
Very good. All right, and we've got the Star Dragon is going to be our first level monster. As monsters are defeated, they ramp up in power, and so you'll see those guys come up during the game. All right, so we're going to get started. They've got their starting production going. They've got their objectives that they're picking right now, and we'll get started soon. All right, so we're going to show you, Nate's going to place his fleets to start the game. So each fleet has a number on the back. So you see that's Nate's 3 fleet he's showing me, and his number 3 fleet has 2 ships in it. So you track how many ships per fleet on your tracker, your fleet tracker. So in a 2-player game, Nate can place those fleets on his home planet or any empty sector within 1 space of his home planet. And you can do it however you like. So you start the game with 1 pretty good fleet at 5, 1 really weak fleet with 1 ship, and then a couple fleets that are kind of in the middle. And then Jesse is set up like this, which is incorrect because he's got 2 fleets on a planet.
Ooh, my fault. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example. And so this one has to be on an empty or your home.
Has to be on your home world or an empty space.
Yeah.
There you go.
So the last bit of setup is the public objectives. So we'll shuffle the deck and we draw 3 public objectives, and they are Constructor, Galactic Bully, and Mega Planets.
Galactic Bully sounds terrible.
That
sounds like Nate.
Jesse. No, the Constructor is actually really good for me. It's build 4 trade stations.
Oh,
we'll give you 4
shuffle
points.
those.
The Galactic Bully wants you to defeat a fleet with less ships than you have. And the Mega Planets have the majority population on 3 planets with a total population of 7 or more. So you want big planets rather than little planets.
So that means you have to terraform and populate planets.
Yeah, and that could be shared.
Those are tough objectives.
Yeah. So if you complete that objective, any one of those, you get 4 victory points, and each player can only complete them once.
And the bullies were 3 because
the bullies were 3.
On someone smaller.
Than because that's easier.
The other 2 are worth.
All right, we got Nate separated from Jesse. He's going to talk a little bit about the personal objectives that he's picked for his race, the YahYel, and what his kind of overarching strategy for this game today is going to be.
Yeah, so as the YahYel, again, my kind of bonus is based around production and trade stations. So in the first stage, I'm going to try to colonize a new planet or 2 and build a trade station to give me a nice production boost. and use that production to kind of accomplish a couple of my other objectives. I do have one civilization objective that is to develop a lot of the galaxy, but I picked 2 political objectives. I don't think Jesse's going to go political, so I think these will be some easy victory points for me. I'm going to use some of that production that I gained through my bonuses to maybe get some early political titles. I also picked a technology, civilization technology objective, because I'm going to be leveling that up anyways to get trade stations and to produce more stuff. So I think that will kind of synergize, get some nice points there. And lastly, I picked the exploration objective. I think this is one of the most fun parts of the game, and I have fun exploring, so I want to try to get that one as well. Having a lot of production will hopefully help me expand through the galaxy and explore. So that's kind of my overall strategy. Use the early production boost to kind of accomplish those objectives. I'm going to focus in on these. The public objectives kind of play right in with my strategy anyways. Having 4 trade stations should be pretty easy for me to hit. I'm probably not going to worry about the other 2 too much. The Galactic Bully, I'm not going to go military unless Jesse does. I'm going to try to keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't outpace me in military, but I'm not going to try to beat him down necessarily. I really want to conquer the galaxy, get those titles, and explore the galaxy.
Yeah, and one thing we found about a 2-player game especially is you do have to keep up with that Cold War on technology. Like if Jesse goes or technology, you're going to have to keep up or he can roll over you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm definitely going to have to keep some production kind of in reserve to watch out for that. So if you see me playing a little inefficiently with that, it's probably just hedging my bets against him, going early military or something. So
cool. Thanks, Nate. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, now we've got Jesse, and as you know, Jesse has the Reptilians. So Jesse, what's your plan for today's contest?
As the scaly destroyers of hope and all that is good, I of course have to go a little bit military. I'm planning.
You're doing that silently so they get.
No. I'm planning to go military. I'm really honestly planning to what's the word? To benefit from my racial power and therefore go full on tech, which means that I've chosen the tech tree as one of my personal objectives, and also the expert pioneer and weapons innovator, which both require you to get to level 5 tech, 1 in civ and 1 in military. Those are strategies I like because no matter if other players are going for them, you can't really lose at that unless you mess up. So I go for things I know I can do lots of times. I also decided to go a direction I don't always go, which is the Pathfinder. I'm going to try to explore the whole galaxy in order to get more resources. I know Nate's likely to go trade heavy, and he'll probably get more raw resources than I can. And I know a lot of the Explorer cards will give resources and other benefits. And so I'm hoping that this will give me a little bit of an edge. The last one I went for, and this might have been dumb in a 2-player game, but I'm trying to get the titles. You have to hold 2 of them at the end of the game, and that's something that both players can't get. And so I'm hoping that if Nate didn't choose this one, he'll not pay as much attention to it, and it'll leave me to gain a severe advantage there at the end.
How about the public objectives? Any of those you think?
I'm actually really worried about those because I don't think any of them are playing into the strategy that I chose when I chose these personal objectives or my racial benefit, and so I'm a little bit concerned. I think the bully one, I can be a bit of a bully goat or a bully lizard. I don't think I'm going to even try for the trade objectives for the 4 trade stations, especially in a 2-player game, because don't trade stations benefit you more if you're like near other players' planets?
Yes.
Yeah, and so to me, that's probably not a direction I'm going.
Cool.
You can't do everything.
Nope, you got to pick, right?
I'm going to focus on what I'm going to do.
All right, thanks. All right, we're ready. So Nate is the first player. Everybody has already got their starting production for the first age. So now they're going to govern. So they're going to put their boards in front so the other player can't see where they're governing. And then they're going to move their raw production to the different areas.
Definitely want
based
some
on what
over
they
there.
want to do.
And because of my racial power, I know that I need to put a little extra into political that I wouldn't normally do if I were in a different race.
So these different areas are civilization production, military production, technology production, and political production. And the cubes drive the action. So that production drives the kinds of actions you can take during an age. So this governing phase is simultaneous to help speed up the game, but you really have to think about what you want to do in an age, and that's what dictates where you place your raw production. And you can see that's what Jesse has done.
I love it.
And there's Nate. See, Nate is definitely different than Jesse.
Oh no, in a good way.
So far, well, maybe not.
He's going full military, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna be destroyed.
So when both players are done governing, they can remove their screens. And then Nate will start the game, and he will take his first action. And he can pick any one of those production queues and spend as much resources as he has in that particular queue that he picks.
Yep, and I'm going to start off the game. I always tell players, if you're not sure what to do in the game, unlocking these technology slots is always a good first couple moves. They're kind of meant to guide you through your first actions. And so I'm going to follow my own advice. I'm going to spend 1 military production, and I'm going to explore an empty sector, which is one way to unlock this slot. So I'll do that. I'll put a cube here to note that I've unlocked that and can use it. And I'm going to explore with this fleet. You can move 0 to 1 spaces and then do something. I'm going to move 0 and explore this empty area.
So we haven't done the Explore deck at the setup. We need to do that now. So Nate's going to draw
Yeah, I'll draw 10.
10 cards, and these are the side quests that are separated out.
Okay, I'll set these up here. And that's our explore deck.
And then he's going to
Draw a card. from
draw the
Explore
card, and
deck.
he's going to read it aloud.
Also put one of my 3 exploration tokens on that space, and that's I can no longer explore there. Jesse can, but basically that space is already explored for me.
Kind of far.
Yeah, maybe. So strange signal found in an asteroid belt. So option 1, I can investigate the signal generator and destroy it. Option 2, I can discover the signal's musical art and try to preserve it. And option 3, I can scrap the generator. Draw 2 tactics cards and keep 1. I'm going to do the last option. I'm going to scrap the generator for parts, and that lets me draw 2 tactics cards and keep 1. Military action, I can't activate any more fleets. You can only activate 1 fleet per turn. So my only other option here would be to build ships, and I don't want to, so I'll pass the turn to Jesse.
Not like I'm copying Nate, but I said I'm going to explore early on, and so that's where I'm going. I think I will choose to explore this sector right here where I have 2 ships. And so I will take a card from the Explore deck. Sensor Array. You have discovered an ancient sensor array. Selection 1, research the tech behind the array, plus 2 tech production. Selection 2, display the array as a relic in a museum. -1 military production, +1 on the arts domestic investment track, which I would get something then.
Yep.
What would I get on
Every
the
time
arts?
you move up
What
on
would
the-
I get on it? Which one is the arts? The bottom?
Arts is the top.
Top.
You
And
would
that's
get
a...
Political. And you'd be ahead on that track,
I
which is
do
victory
like
points.
that. Or selection 3, repair and deploy the array in deep space. Does that say +3 tech production? Place this card on the table in front of you. Shuffle side quest H into the Explore deck. That sounds promising, but I know that if I'm getting extra tech for that side quest is probably not going to be pleasant. I'm just going to go with... I don't want to spend the military. I'm just going to do selection 1, which is the safe route, and get 2 tech production.
Very nice.
Goes right on his board.
Spend 2 technology production. In general, it's a good idea to tech up before you do other actions.
I like
That'll
this
make
plan,
things more
Nate.
efficient. I don't. Jesse, you can steal my tech.
But I don't know what you're
overly
talking
concerned about it because I'm just building a level 1 tech trade stations, of course.
Yeah.
And I put it in my unlocked slot. It doesn't have the
Trade
circle,
stations.
any of the symbols in the upper right, so it has to go in a free slot.
That's the only tech you're doing this age?
That's the only tech.
You only had 2 tech production, huh?
That's right.
Wow.
I know that Jesse's
I'm
power-
so angry. I have
Stealing
no
tech.
interest in trade stations whatsoever.
Exactly.
So what do trade stations actually do for you other than I know they increase your production if you're next to other planets that aren't yours?
Nope. So they will give you 1 bonus production in the production phase for each planet adjacent that is colonized by any player.
Colonized by any
And
player,
that's for
including
each-
yourself?
Yep.
Oh,
You or
I was
anybody
thinking,
else.
And that's
maybe they're better
1
than I
per
thought.
each hex, no matter how many planets are there. They also defend the sector. They count as 1 ships normally. My
Yours
special
has
ability
counts
is they count as
3.
Yeah.
Fight me. Alright, I like this exploring thing, so I'm going to take another explore action. So I'm going to move this fleet over here.
Okay.
And place one of my stars and explore once again. Population boon, yes! This fleet has been exploring a long, lonely time, and a population boom in the fleet produces a lot of babies! Little tiny reptiles. Selection 1, mandate that the new population stay in the fleet. +3 military production. Place this card on the table in front of you. Shuffle side quest F into the explore deck. I actually really love the idea of getting some extra military this phase.
Oh, no.
The only thing I'd want more is maybe political. So I'm gonna definitely seriously consider that. Redistribute the kids throughout your empire. +2 civ production.
Good.
I would like that also.
Lizards are laying some eggs, man.
Selection 3, spend the kids on the home world for education. +1 on the education domestic investment track.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
education
and that's,
is this one that would
third
give you
one.
technology.
You know, if I just get ahead early on those tracks, that could be a bunch of points at the end of the game.
Could be.
I'm gonna go on the education track.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend the kids. Send the kids to the homeworld for education. And so by going up on the domestic investment track, I get what's pictured there, which is a tech.
Yep.
So now I have 5 tech cubes instead of the 2 I initially invested there.
Yeah, very good.
Especially since Nate is not playing into my planned strategy. Rude. I know this surprises everyone that Nate is not playing for my benefit.
Nate, tell us about the domestic investment track real quick.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah, so the domestic investment track is mostly comes in when you pass. So whenever you pass in any age, you get to move up 1 space on any domestic investment track of your choice. And anytime you move up the domestic investment track for any reason, every space that you land on, you get an immediate one-time benefit. The domestic investment track also will award you victory points at the end of the game. Whoever has for each track, if you're the highest on that track or tied with the highest, you get 3 points for each one. So you could score up to 12. Jesse could get 12 points just from that track if I don't keep him in check. Also, if you have all your cubes on all 4 tracks, you'll get points equal to the lowest track that you have. And so it kind of is subtle, but what that really does is you want to try to spend your production in every age as quickly as possible and pass, and then that forces the other player to either pass or to change their plans and do things more quickly.
Efficiency in actions. You should only, for a lot of these, you should only say, I'm going to do political production once in an age.
Ideally.
To keep it tight.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So for my action, I'm going to use a military production to move a fleet, and I'm going to move this fleet here and colonize. So as part of a military action, when you activate a fleet, you have a couple options of what you can do depending on where you're moving to. Since I'm moving to a valid planet that I could colonize, as part of that same action, I can pay my colonization costs, which is listed on your tech board in the upper left, and it shows 3 civilization production. So I haven't upgraded that, so it's very inefficient, but I think it's going to pay off, hopefully. So I will colonize that planet. And colonize lets you put your first cube on a planet.
Right.
After that, you'll be populating to try to increase the population on the planet.
Yeah, so not to guess what you're going to do, but I would guess, as the YahYels, Nate's probably going to build a trade station there where he's got that other fleet in that empty sector.
Of course he is.
And so that population will get him 1 production next age for that population, plus an additional if he does build a trade station in that sector.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more, my last military production to explore with my last star. So even if I gain more military, I'm not able to explore again this age.
Yep.
So unfortunate, but if I wanted to explore more, I should have been the Martians. Ancient spacecraft discovered. You find the Voyager spacecraft from an ancient human civilization. Dirty humans. Selection 1. Share the nostalgia with the other races. Each other player gains +1 on the arts domestic investment track. You gain 1 victory point.
Yeah.
Selection 2. Keep the relic for yourself. +1 on the arts domestic investment track. Which that's
The
the
top one for
political
political right now.
Selection 3. Quest. Sell the relic to traders and other civilizations. Place this card in front of you and place a quest marker on it. Then place the matching quest marker on your exploring fleet. Move this exploring fleet to a trade station. Yet not happening. On completion, I would get +2 on the domestic investment track.
You don't want to trade with me?
I'm not planning to trade, and I'm only going to destroy trade stations. So I'm just going to take the +1 on the arts track, which will give me
Wow.
a political. I was hoping to get another military. That kind of does deflate my strategy a little bit, but I can always combine 2 from one section to get one of anything else. So if I really want a military this turn, I can drain my political a little bit.
So even though you're a malevolent race, you're investing in your people.
Education and
Thematically it may not make a lot of sense, but victory point wise, I'm gonna kick Nate's butt if I just stay on the front of all 4 tracks.
Well, education could be like the art of warfare or spycraft. I mean,
Right.
and the arts could be interpreted as anything.
Right.
So,
Yes,
This blaster is
for my
beautiful.
latest masterpiece, I have a corpse of a YahYel eviscerated.
are they
the,
French? The reptiles are French. Oh no!
the blood and guts of the red YahYels are completely
German.
appealing.
They're very European. Cosmopolitan. 2 civilization production to build a trade station. That's what this tech allows me to do.
I was right.
You were right. Who knew?
I know you so well.
And there's a trade station.
Very good.
Don't you get an immediate
do.
benefit as the YahYel?
Every time I build a trade station, I gain 1 of any resource immediately. I'm going to put that into political production because I see that Jesse has a lot of political production.
No
as well.
reason for that.
Yeah, and that was
Don't
a
worry
racial.
about it, kids.
That was a racial benefit. Only YahYels can do that.
That's right.
Get that
I'm not
production.
getting advantage of my racial benefit this game.
One thing I noticed, Jesse, is you've unlocked your Explorer
Oh, thank
slot,
you. I
so
have.
that
You're right.
available. And I unlocked the last turn having 3 or more planets colonized, including my home planet. That's one of
Nate's
the
destroying me.
Yeah.
subtle advantages of
And
the
you own the
YahYel.
tactics card too.
did-
Oh, you didn't
I didn't
purchase
buy
it though.
That's right.
Okay.
So now you can place technologies in those slots where you've
Yeah,
got cubes.
That's
Yep.
right. All right, Jesse's turn.
It is my turn.
It is your turn.
I'm not sure what I want to do anymore. It's completely changed from what I was thinking originally. All my tech production, I have a total of 5 cubes there, and I'm going to level up my civs. I'm first going to take the advanced colonization, which you can tell has a circle on it, so it replaces the original colonization on the mat. And it makes it just a little cheaper each time I colonize a new planet. It costs 2 green civ production rather than 3. And then that allows me, since that's my level 1 civ tech, I can now take a level 2 civ tech to put in this slot. And I'm going to go ahead and take the subterranean colonization so I can start inhabiting uninhabitable planets. And also it gives me +1 raw production, which right now I could use, seeing as I only have my 5 cubes.
Very
out
good.
there.
So important thing is, if you're building a technology that has an icon, a shape in the top right corner, it has to go in that same spot on your technology board that has that same exact shape.
Which is good. Why would you want to colonize and then advanced colonize in one of your other spots? This is
Right.
a better version of
level
what's
up.
there.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay, so for my turn, I'll spend my last military production to explore. I'm going to explore this empty space here with this fleet. And
Yeah, you are.
so we have an immense monolith discovered. On an otherwise unremarkable planet, an immense moon-sized monolith rests. Selection 1, I can study it from orbit. Or Selection 2, I can land on the planet and research the monolith. Or Selection 3, I can ignore it. It may have been a religious relic, and I won't, respect it. I'm going to land on the planet and research it. And so that's going to net me nothing right now. I still have to research it. So I just keep this card in front of me, and we're going to shuffle side quest S into the deck.
So all the side quests have yellow titles, so they're easy to separate out. So Nate's going to find S,
Yep.
and then he's going to take that remaining cards in the deck, and he's going to shuffle that card in. So it's going to come up some point in the future, and when it does, it's going to impact Nate.
We'll see how my research went on and what the monolith has in store for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's my turn.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I can't do anything with the Civ production that I set there, so it's just gonna stay for now. And therefore, I'm gonna go ahead and start with political production. I was really hoping to force Nate's hand to do his political first and spend that all, but I can't keep waiting for him. I want to make sure I pass before he does, so I'm gonna go ahead and initiate a vote. So I have to spend 1 cube from my political to initiate a vote.
Yep.
And I think the one I want is the Spy Master.
Okay, that's fitting for the reptiles.
I mean, now I'm gonna assume you're gonna let me have this because you want the tradey one, right? How many cubes do you have
I
there?
have 4.
Those red are hard to see. I have 5.
Okay.
So we're gonna take our cubes into hand.
Yeah.
And secretly, do I get 1 vote automatically for having initiated?
No.
Oh, that's bad.
And if we tie, currently neither player gets it.
Right.
Ooh, I
If-
don't like that.
If you don't win the title, then you get your production back.
But your
Okay.
your cube, 1 cube is gone no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
So win.
Win. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, you didn't spend any.
Wait.
Good job,
Oh,
Jesse.
Not
Oh,
good job. I could have done it
Hold
for just
the
one.
phone.
Oh no.
I have a surprise vote. Add 4 votes to any election, and this can be played after votes are cast and tallied. So I have 4 votes to your 2.
I'm gonna cancel it. I'm just kidding. I don't
You
have
wish
that.
you don't have
I
it.
don't. You're right.
So I am now the Spy Master, which whenever you gain a title, you get the benefit immediately. And
Dislike.
then at every production, so this allows me to get 1
Wow,
title.
I just
So
lost the game, y'all.
you
If
get
I
that.
hadn't lost already, I just lost the game.
You did not. You get that
Whatever.
production back.
I
by
do
the way.
get those 2
Yeah,
cubes
yeah.
back,
Yeah,
so I
so you
have
didn't
6
spend
in
those.
political.
Correct, and it's still your turn. You can still do political action.
It is. You don't have any tactics cards left?
I have 2
You
tactics.
have 2
cards
tactics cards? Oh, man. Maybe I should just build a wonder. I'm getting tanked here. Let's initiate another vote.
Yep.
Let's do the galactic leader.
Sure.
This game's tense, y'all.
2-player is hard. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2. Very nice.
Yeah, let's see your card.
I don't have a card.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, the cool thing with this, the immediate benefit is gain 2 political production, so I just got back 2 of the 3 that I spent to get it.
Yeah. So you didn't lose, Jesse. You were just hanging in there.
I probably should have saved my surprise vote card for the Galactic Leader. but
You
I
know,
wasn't
there
sure.
might be a reason I did the Spy Master first.
Yeah.
Ha
Haha. Let's hear your French.
I'm not gonna go for the trade leader because I know that doesn't benefit me as much as it benefits Nate.
That's right. It would get you nothing right now. It would get me 1
Actually, I
production.
could force the vote though.
You could. That's
I'm gonna
meaning
force
another
the vote.
cube. Okay.
So you have how many?
4.
I also have 4, but I break ties.
That's correct.
And if I spend and if I don't win it, I get my stuff
Yep.
back,
That's
right?
also correct.
That's right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So I get my 1 back. You spend
I spend my
for the
2, but
trade
I
leader.
get the trade leader, which keeps Nate from having it,
Yep.
is the bigger advantage. And I
Yeah.
immediately add 1 raw production for each trade station I control.
0.
None. But, you know, if it keeps it out of the hands of the evil YahYel.
Yep.
Evil.
I have 2 political production left, which I can spend on a tactics card, or I can save, or I can clone Nate's technology with my racial ability, but Nate has not done any tech worth cloning.
Trade stations.
Not worth cloning. So I'll spend it on a lovely tactics card.
Draw 2, keep 1.
Draw 2, keep 1.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
So while Jesse's deciding, one thing you may notice is we only voted on each title 1 time. So each title can only be claimed once. So I
Right.
couldn't go back and get the Galactic Leader or trade leader from Jesse now.
But you can try to get it next stage from him, right?
And I will.
So yeah.
What? I feel like while I was choosing my tactics
you don't have
card,
anything.
Nate just said something threatening. You're up, Nate.
So one thing real quick,
Yeah.
there are personal objectives that give points if you win a title, and I don't know if they have them or want to claim them. You don't have to claim a personal
you're
objective.
right. I do want to claim it. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to earn 2 victory points for revealing that I'm a political mastermind. I've earned a title, and my end game condition is to hold 2 titles, which I currently do. So let's end the game now. Ha, ha.
So Jesse gets 2 victory
joke.
points.
I will also claim that title.
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh no!
Really?
I'll try to become
So
the
there's going to
political
be a
mastermind.
there's going to be a battle for political titles in this game.
Yeah.
Whoever has 2
This
at the end
game's
gets
hard.
4.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So it's my turn for political production.
Wow.
I'm going to spend my last 4 political production on tactics cards.
Oh, he's spending it all at once.
Yeah. I will draw 4 and keep 2.
I knew he would. So I guess passing first isn't really an advantage because you'll still get to move up the
It
track.
will give you the first player marker.
That might be worth it.
All right. Good. Keep that one, and I'll keep that one, discarding the other 2. And it's your turn.
I will pass.
Oh, wait. I actually have another objective. Sorry.
Oh no! You
I
have 3 tactics.
have 4 tactics cards
4
now,
tactics
so I can
cards.
play the Adept Strategist. The immediate is
It's
hold
looking
3
bad.
tactics cards, which I do, so 2 more points for red.
It's looking bad, kids.
And my in-game objective is to have the most tactics cards in hand.
Which you have a pretty good advantage on that right now.
And yeah, Jesse's up. He
I will pass. So I'm going to choose a track to move up. I think as the folks that I am, we're going to work on infrastructure. Raises my military by 1.
Okay.
Which I am down for. And then you said I become the first player.
You do, and I'll
Thanks.
pass. And
No, you should do one
as the
more
YahYel,
round.
I'll work on social
Yeah,
programs.
That's
That's
him.
me,
That's
that's me.
Jesse.
Sorry.
You don't need to move
I
Jesse
mean, you
up.
can
No.
move me up. I'd be happy.
It's going to be hard to win.
Social programs.
And that'll give me civilization production.
Very good.
Seems
And so I
fair.
kind of wanted to go on the track Jesse's not competing on currently and force his hand there.
Yeah, I see you, Nate.
All right.
So that's the end of age 1.
Yep.
Wow, that
And-
was
and-
fast.
And one thing I want to say about the personal objectives that's important to know is, for example, Nate got victory points for having 3 tactics cards. He claimed it and immediately got those points. He didn't have to claim it. He could have kept it in his hand for the end of the game. However, if he didn't have 3 tactics cards in the future, he could not claim those points.
Right.
So it's usually better to claim it when you can.
Yeah.
But when you do claim it, you're revealing what you're going for the end game.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. Very good. All right, Jesse, that's end of age 1. Tell me how you think you're doing. How's it going?
That
What are you
first
gonna do?
age was brutal. Nate has nailed me to a wall, and so I really have to strategize in order to come back from. I'm only 2 points behind right now, but I feel like he's significantly poised at an advantage. I didn't get to colonize any planets. I was counting on my explore getting me more military, and I didn't get any military from my explore actions, and so that kind of fell through. I am going to keep exploring because that's one of my main strategies towards victory, and I need to keep working on my tech tree. Nate at some point is going to have to go to the military tech tree, and so I'm going to make sure that I have some political in reserve so I can clone him if he does that, but I have to get started on that. I have to work on unlocking my other tech slots, and so I'm going to start taking some actions specifically in order to do that, and I'm also going to try to get to a point where I'm ready to fight the monster in the middle. Hopefully before Nate can do that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Very good. That's points too.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Nate, tell me how you're feeling there after age 1.
I think age 1 could not have gone better. I've kind of accomplished my goals. I expanded out through the galaxy and colonized another planet. I built my trade station. I got extra title that I didn't really think I was going to get, and got a nice tactics cards advantage. And so Jesse is a little bit behind, but not a lot. And what I really want to watch out for is him pivoting maybe the military. He's explored a lot of the galaxy, which means his fleets are kind of spread out more, and he's kind of got some hidden advantages now. It seems like I'm way ahead, but I don't really think that's going to last. So my plan is for the second age, I'm going to continue expanding my production ability and to try to keep my production up, but I'm going to pivot a little bit, and I'm going to research a couple of technologies this turn. And Jesse's ability can only steal 1 high-level technology, so I'm going to try to at least get 2 higher-level technologies that he would want. And so he's going to probably steal 1 of those, but he's not going to be able to get both. And so I'm going to, and by researching my fleet technology, my fleet upgrade technology, I'm going to kind of make him spend some of his production on that, or I'll have the military advantage. And that's going to be both kind of defensive and make him spend some production to keep up with me. So.
Very good.
Yep.
Recording already.
All right. So next, the second age, everybody's going to move their production that they have down below the line to the
Can't
carryover
move those.
section. And now both players are going to produce at the same time.
Yep.
So raw production, I get 5. It looks like. Is that all I get?
You get one for subterranean colonization.
You get one for subterranean colonization, and I get 2 for being galactic leader. Unfortunately, I don't have any trade stations.
So you get no bonus.
Trade stations are dumb.
Hey, but hey, Nate doesn't get a bonus because you took
That's
it from
true.
him.
So it works out. So for me, my raw production is 5 for my home system. I got 6, and then my trade station gives me a bonus for every system that has a population. So another 1, 2. So I get a total of 8 raw production.
Wow, I'm getting nailed to the wall, yo. You know what?
Not really.
It's time to play a blockade. I'm gonna just take 3 extra raw production. Down on the bottom, the or choice
very
instead
good.
of the
Time to do
action. I mean, otherwise I'm just behind, and I need that extra. So
Yeah, very
Nice
good.
little hidden production.
I mean, I spent 2 political to get it, but it also, by purchasing it, I also unlocked my tactics card slot,
and I did that.
which I forgot.
Same here.
But that was the real reason I bought that card, was because I want to unlock all 4 of my slots.
Yep.
So that I can start really expanding my reptilian tech empire.
So the total was, you got a total of how much raw? And
Well, with my 3 bonus
your
from
3?
what I just did, that's 9 raw, 2
Plus
political.
Yeah, so you're up to 11.
He's up
so
to
I
11
don't feel that
today.
sorry for you anymore. A Spy Master also gives me a tactics card.
Ooh, see, I really was counting on that.
Yeah, I bet you were.
I really was
have
counting
5
on
tactics
that. I'm
cards.
mad. I'm still mad about that. That card always gets you. You never think they're going to have it, and they always have it when you initiate a vote. Every time.
all right, now the players are going to
Plan?
govern. They're
I
going to.
know I want some extra there. Maybe a little more than I had last time. I think I want 2 there. And which... Let's see what's the next. Ooh. That would be good. That's a level 3. Nope, that's colonization. Actually, that would be good. Really, that's what I want. I want them both. I can't afford them both.
Right, so we're in the action phase of Age 2, and Jesse is the first player.
Ooh, I'm the first player, and I get 3 new Explorer stars.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. I think it's time to explore a little bit more, guys. And those move back up. So I will spend a military to do the explore action right there. And I will take an Explorer card and not a Tactics card because I can read. Rift discovered. Ooh, fancy. A rift leading directly to Sagittarius A. Selection 1, jump through the rift, move this fleet to the Sagittarius A space immediately and do nothing. Oh, that's interesting. I was just hearing that Nate is right next to the monster and I might want to block him. The thing is, I was really counting on exploring this space next, so I don't think I'm likely to do that. But if I do it, I get a political production. Selection 2, keep your distance but scan it for information. Gain 1 tech production. Place the card in front of you. Shuffle side quest C into the Explore deck. Selection 3, a portal like this one is too dangerous to attempt to destroy it. +1 on the education domestic investment track. Ooh. That would get me a military, which is definitely something I'm interested in. So I basically just explored for free. That's cool.
Moved up on the track. That's
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my lead on those tracks, you know?
not very cool.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be key for you, that domestic
That's
investment.
one of my strategies, yeah.
So for me, I'm going to do technology production, even though it might help Jesse to do it early. I think it's going to benefit me. I'm going to spend 5 technology.
Whoa!
And I will research terraforming, which is a level 2.
I already have that. Oh, I don't have that. Just kidding.
And domestic planning, the level 3 tech.
Whoa, wait. Domestic planning.
Yeah.
Is that the one that lets you have babies for cheap?
Yep. That lets
One
you
for
populate on a 1-for-1 basis. One civilization will net you 1 population.
You could
But
lay a lot of
Jesse
eggs.
doesn't have any
Fascinating.
planets currently, so it's not going to really help him right now. But maybe in the future.
I I was considering buying that one just right out, so I'm probably going to clone that. But you're not going military then?
Jesse, that's the tech that makes you really sexy.
Well, I heard that the lizards are having all the babies, and I sent them to be educated in the home world. Are you done? With
I'm all done because I have no more technology production.
Well, I am definitely planning to clone that at some point, but first, I just want to keep expanding my control of the galaxy, so I'm going to explore once more. Just one more time right now. Because that's all I can do.
Yeah. Probably has the exploration objective.
No way, guys. I would never do that. Doomed planet. Ooh, this sounds promising. Feed on the fears and hopes of the dead. A primitive race will be wiped out by an asteroid on a collision course with their world. Selection 1, let them die. Yes, obviously. I don't need to read the rest of the card, do I?
So evil.
Let them die, collecting the data to prevent them from to prevent this from happening to you. Gain 3 tech production. Place the card on the table in front of you. Shuffle side quest Q into the explore deck. That sounds dangerous. I'm really reluctant about the side quests, especially since I burned my card that I had the option to get the bribery card and I didn't take it. Selection 2, evacuate them to a new home. Place this card in front of you and place a quest marker on it. Then place the matching quest marker on your exploring fleet. Perform a colonize action with this fleet on a new planet. Reward upon completion +2 on one domestic investment track. I'm super down for that. I'm gonna help these guys. They seem like they're in need. I'm a peaceful, loving race of lizards that just want to improve life for all in the galaxy. So I'm going to take a quest marker, right? I'm gonna take these orange pentagons. Sometimes you just have to go for strategy and not for what suits your character. Not that I'd be a min-maxer in D&D, but sometimes you have to. So I just need to do a colonize action with that, and I'm going to move up 2 on a domestic investment track of my choice, which will poise me to be ahead of Nate on the one that I'm behind. And if I can just keep the lead on all of those, that's 12 points. Just straight out.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
Yeah,
well done.
So,
I have to do something.
that was my military action. I don't want to do a build ships action yet. So
I'm going to do a civilization action, and I'm going to use this newly acquired domestic planning to build 3 population.
He's running out of cubes really fast.
Wow, that's a
right.
powerful plan.
You're going to be passing a lot this turn.
And I don't have any more civilization, so I'm done.
That's sector sexy.
I don't
right
like
there.
it. Oh, you have no political. I'm going to take a political action to initiate a vote.
Oh, really?
I am. On your, what is it, Spy Master?
He's got lots of tactics cards.
Okay. Ready to vote? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you used that. And I immediately get a tactics card.
Yeah, so...
I have 3 titles now. That's fancy.
You have all 3
Ooh,
titles.
I do. I just get one. I don't draw 2. Keep
That's
one.
right.
Just draw
Okay.
one. Yep.
Whoa.
So that did not go well.
Whoa. Fancy.
Nice.
That went as well as anyone could ask for. And then I'm still in political actions. I'm going to use my racial ability once per age, spend 2 political production to build a tech another player has, ignoring level requirements. Unfortunately, I have the level requirements to take that tech on my own, but it's still 1 cheaper than it would have been on the tech track. And also, an advantage to this is I don't have to soak my things into tech. I can diversify and have some in political and then spend it this way. Yep. So what is the name of your tech, that triangle one?
Domestic plant.
Domestic plant. I'm looking in the military. Oops. Not on purpose, y'all. Domestic planning, as Nate has already. So that's kind of cool. I'm down for that. That's my turn.
Okay. Even though I have one military production here, I wanted to use it to explore. Since Jesse has so many production left, instead I'm going to pass and force the tempo.
Whoa, I don't like that at
Wow,
all.
no new trade station, YahYel.
No new trade stations this age. So
I'm sure this will work well for you, Nate.
I'll move up on the arts track. And
No!
get a political production.
And what does your art look like?
Better than yours.
No! Not bloody enough, I promise.
The YahYels are known for beauty.
That's right.
All right, I hate to take turns after Nate has passed, but I'm definitely going to have to. I have too much just sitting here to sit on it for a whole, turn. So he's going to get some advantage to this, but I'm going to spend my tech. I have to start playing to win. I can't just keep playing to move up a track. So I'm going to spend 3 tech, and I'm getting the final upgrade to the circle.
Oh, no.
Again, I'm going into the military tech deck. I'm getting the Civ teleporter, the colonized teleporter, which lets me colonize a habitable planet when I have a fleet present, and it costs just 1 Civ production, which I only have 2, so that's why that's so necessary at this moment.
Okay, and I will pass again, and I get to move up on the investment track. And I will move up on infrastructure, giving me a military. I have to remove that advantage from Jesse.
And domestic investment tracks are friendly. Ties are
Yeah.
friendly at the end of the game.
All right, I'm going to spend a military, and I'm going to go into this lovely sector here. And I'm just going to, as part of that military action, I can, since I'm not exploring, I can colonize, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just going to drop a colonist, spending a single cube because of my advanced colonization teleporter.
That you stole?
That I built myself.
You paid for that.
It
Yeah.
was domestic planning that I
That's
stole.
right.
I learned how to have babies from the YahYels. That's my turn.
Okay, and I will...
Creepy.
Creepy. And I will pass again.
Ah, he's just gonna keep passing. Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
I have my
you
side
finished your
quest,
quest. Yeah, you
so
finished
I
it.
actually get to move up 2 on a track of my choice. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and take. Ooh, that would give me what's a book?
Civilization.
I would like civilization, and that's a political.
Yeah.
And you get both of
Civilization
them.
and political.
You
Cool.
resettled the doomed civilization.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, so
did.
I will pass now.
So
that
this
changes things a
is
little.
done.
I'll go up here on
Doesn't
the
it?
arts and take technology.
Took my lead.
But
Can I
Nate,
take the
read your
lead there?
flavor text on your race.
Oh, yeah. My race says, we're not the most beautiful race in the galaxy, but we are the best dressed.
I think they're the most.
They're also
What's,
the
what's
most
yours,
beautiful.
Jesse? Is yours different?
Moral outrage is just the pathetic clanging of the weak and warm-blooded. It's so true.
So literally Beauty and the Beast fighting.
I'm gonna take a military action to explore. Ooh, I've explored 6 sectors. That's cool.
Interesting.
I could reveal something, but I think Nate already knows. You know what?
Might
Let's
as
just
well.
go ahead and do it. I've explored 6 sectors, and so I get 3 VPs immediately. And if at the end of the game I've explored the most, that's 6 VPs,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
Yeah, that's bad.
Side quest S. Oh, so this is your side quest, I think.
Yeah, so-
So you actually get to read this.
Yep.
I feel like he's passed. He shouldn't get to.
So
No, it
before I researched the monolith on the planet, and it says Monster Summon. The player with the immense monolith discovered card resolves this card, and then Jesse will draw another Explorer card
Yeah,
for his
he will.
exploration here. The monolith activates and summons a monster to protect it. Place a level 1 monster on this sector, and draw the monster randomly.
Oh, on your sector.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to fight a monster?
So Garlax, the Devourer of Worlds, is summoned. Selection 1. I can let the monster know I mean no harm and learn some of its secrets. Or, option 2, I can help the monster protect the monolith. And I will choose to do that. That is our monolith, Garlax. So what this says is it's a quest to help the monster protect the monolith. I place this card in front of me and place a quest marker on it and place the matching quest marker on that sector. I have to discard this card if the monster in that sector is ever defeated. At the end of the game, if I still have this card, it's worth 2 victory points.
What? Oh, I have to go fight Garlax.
Yeah.
Oh, Garlax is going down. He smells like
Not if I
garlic.
can help it.
That's a pretty cool pet.
I
you
could
got
go
there.
fight him,
That's
and then I could destroy your trade station. That sounds like a promising
Too
plan.
bad it's in the middle of my empire, surrounded by fleets.
Your empire is kind of puny. It's like you've been passing for the last 3 rounds.
You've got a space monster protecting your trade
Okay,
station.
That's
so
right.
you did. That was actually still my turn. So you've done.
That's right.
Your
draw.
side quest. So I get to
That's
resolve a explore for myself.
That's right.
Strange signal found. Your fleet receives a signal containing 8 petabytes. What's a petabyte?
It's a lot.
Huge. Technical data.
Technically,
I
a
don't even
petabyte
know
equals
that
a
word.
lot.
Is that metric?
From a distant
It's from
unknown
Europe.
race. Selection 1. Save your decrypted data for yourself. +2 tech production. Selection 2. Sell the data to the other races. +5 tech production. That's a lot. All other races gain 2 tech production. Place this card on the table in front of you. Shuffle side quest T into the Explore deck. Or selection 3. Give the data to everyone for free. +2 political production. Every player gains 2 tech production. I do like the political production probably the most, and I'm not opposed to Nate getting tech production.
Right.
That actually benefits me in the long run usually. So I think we're going to go with selection 3. I'm going to, out of the generosity of my heart, give the data to everyone for free. So I get 2 political production, and Nate and I both get 2 tech production. My board has too many cubes on it, and he just keeps getting to pass for free. You know
Not
what?
for free. You're doing stuff.
I know.
He's like, I'm too
just
rich.
The reptilian
The
party.
reptilian power.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, that was your explore.
That was
so
my
You
explore.
move up.
I get to move up on the
No.
charts.
Moving on up.
I'll advance my infrastructure. Give me
Oh,
civilization.
man. You're on the east side now.
Oh no.
The
Okay.
tables have turned
Have they?
on the
Doesn't
domestic
seem like
investment
it.
track.
You know what? I think I am going to take a military action
Oh,
to travel here. And as part of that military action, I can take colonize action. Can I actually colonize both planets?
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to drop a baby on each of those planets.
for one
Little
each,
reptiles everywhere. And you notice that this is an uninhabitable planet. I think this is the first one that's being colonized.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
game, you can only do that if you have the subterranean colonization tech unlocked, which I do.
Right.
That's it for my turn.
okay.
And just a point of clarification, if Jesse had fleets in another sector that had a planet he could colonize, he could have colonized there as well with that colonization.
That's right.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. That's right.
All right, so it's my turn. I will pass. I will go up on the social programs,
No!
giving me political.
No!
Well, you know you can stop this, right?
I know.
You can just pass at any time.
Well, I was thinking I probably would.
And so the strategy changes.
No, I was planning to pass. I just had to get to the right moment.
But you got
for
stuff
it.
going your way
I'm
now.
at the right moment to pass now. I've done everything I wanted to do. I don't have any more civs, so I can't make any more babies. I have one more military, but the only thing I can do with that, I can't explore a new
explored
sector. I'm
maximum,
out
yeah.
of stars. I have 2 tech, which I could unlock, like, my level 1 military, but what good is that? Oh, I do have 3 or more planets colonized, so that's unlocked.
Nice.
The other option is political production, and there's nothing I want to do political right now. I mean, I could buy a tactics card, but I don't think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah, and all your production rolls over to the next stage, right?
Right.
So, and the
Exactly.
last stage is worth victory points if you don't spend.
So we
it.
have 2 more ages to go, right?
Yes, after this.
Okay, well, I've passed. So I do get to move up a track,
Yep.
though, right?
Every time you pass.
So this one would give me a book, and this one would give me a tech, and I think I would rather have... Actually, the book wouldn't be bad. I was gonna say the tech. The arts. We'll take the tech.
I'll give you a tech production. And
Yeah,
that's
well.
the second age.
So Jesse's winning 1 track, Nate's winning 1 track, and you're both tied on the other 2.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much even
It's
right
exactly even.
now. All right, Jesse, that's end of age 2, and you're going into age 3.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I feel so much better than I did after the first age. Like, I know that Nate caught up on the domestic investment tracks a little bit, but I still am a little ahead on them. And I'm in a way better position than I was in terms of where I am in the galaxy and my new raw production. I also have all 3 titles, which is great. I did not expect to get that 3rd title. Honestly, I thought Nate would go political and take away the trade station title. I was expecting him to try to build his 4 trade stations, and he's not right now. I'm not sure what his plan is. Like, I'm trying to suss out what he's doing, and I haven't figured it out yet. What I know is that I'm not gonna try building trade stations. Instead, I'm looking at doing those mega planets, a public objective. I am at level 3 Civ Tech, and the next level 4 Civ Tech is the one that lets you terraform so that more population can live on those planets. And so I'm looking to start getting those. Yeah, and also I really kind of want to go for the Galactic Bully title. Like, I just need to start building some ships and just crush Nate. He hasn't done any military yet, but I know he's at some point just going to invest heavy tech military, and I have to watch for that. I have to start doing my military tree in order to get that. And also I need to be in a space battle to get my 4th tech slot unlocked. So I have to do that this age. I want to keep exploring the galaxy. And there are fewer spaces to explore than there were before. So I'm going to have to probably build up my military tech to get advanced logistics this age so that I can move an extra space each time so I can get to those further distant empty realms.
Very good. All right, end of age 2, going into age 3. What's going on, Nate?
Yeah, so H2 did not go my way. I came into it with a plan and then had to adjust because I didn't really have enough production and based on what Jesse was doing. And so I sort of lost focus and floundered around a little bit. I wound up passing early because Jesse was going to get 12 points at the end of the game if I didn't challenge him on the domestic investment track. I think that worked, but I gave up a lot of board position and a lot of advantage, especially the political. Having Jesse have all 3 political titles is crushing. I've got to do something about that. I'm going to try this age to do what I was wanting to do last turn. I have more production now, so I'm going to be able to pivot to the military. Jesse's made his way to the center and has some planets that I can hit and a fleet that I can hit. So I'm going to invest in military research and try to hit him before he can steal my technology. And then kind of play from there. And then I'll also reserve some political production to try to challenge him in the political arena. So I want to put the pressure on militarily and then steal back some of those political titles this turn. I know early on I said I was going to go trade station. Things have not really worked out that way. I feel too pressured to just sit back and build 4 trade stations and let Jesse do his thing on the political track and the domestic investment track. So we'll see. That's kind of my game plan for the 3rd age.
All right, so it's age 3, and we are producing right now, collecting resources.
Yeah.
So looks like I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that all? I felt like I got more than that.
That's
Your subterranean.
I do get 1 for subterranean. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 for subterranean.
And your titles.
2 for political leader, or for galactic leader, and I get a tactics card, which maybe will give me some raw production. Nope, just kidding. It's a good one.
Is that your,
good one.
Is that your poker face?
I was waiting for that card. It's actually, this is my very favorite tactic card because you can use it in a way that the other player may not anticipate.
Right.
But I'm not gonna say which one it is, but Nate probably knows because he's played this game with me once or twice.
Yeah, he's made the game.
What's your favorite tactic card? Other than the one that cancels other tactic cards.
Okay, so that was going to be mine. I actually really like the one that adds 1 to each pool because you can kind of keep that back and give a boost product. It's very flexible, and so that's why I like that. It's not the most powerful card, but it's the most flexible card.
Population boom.
Yeah, that's right. So for me, I get 5 base production plus 4 more here for 9, and then the trade station gives me 1, 2, so I get 11 raw production.
Not bad.
And that's it, though, unfortunately.
Pretty even
Whoa,
on
11,
production.
that's a lot.
Hey, just keeping up with the YahYel on production.
I'm taking 3 more raw production, another tactics card I got last time.
That's good. Actually, I'm going to cancel that.
Oh, no! That's so
My
rude.
favorite card in the game.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, I've
so rude. I was
got a
counting
huge
on
hand of
that.
tactics cards.
I was
this time.
counting on
I
that.
figured you might.
Man. Now I don't know that I can do what I was planning to do this age.
Perfect. That's what
You know, Nate, that's not nice. Wow. Okay, that
All right.
changes.
Now we're in the governing phase of age 3. And both of these guys are doing their governing pretty quickly because they really know the game, but it's important to really kind of plan out where you're putting your cubes based on what you want to do, right?
Yep, exactly.
We're on to the action phase of age 3.
Okay.
And Nate passed first in the second age, so he goes first.
So my first action, I'm going to take the technology production action, and I'm actually going to, I know Jesse loves doing that, I'm going to spend all 7 production, and I will build planetary bombardment,
Ooh!
level 1, advanced logistics for level 2, and the level 3 fleet upgrade, photon missiles.
That's what we call Cold War.
Jesse.
Is it cold?
Right now it is. Might not be next turn.
You know what's fun is I am going to use my reptilian ability to clone the photon missiles.
Okay.
So I now have level 3 military tech without spending a single cube. Well, spending 2 cubes.
Yep.
But you were counting on me to do that, so now you can come attack me when I'm not prepared. I will also spend... How many political
4
cubes do you have?
Yeah. And Hand of Tactics cards.
Yeah, you do.
How
I'm
many
gonna spend.
tactics cards
I'm
do
gonna
you have?
I only
spend.
have 4 left.
4.
I'm gonna spend 2 to buy a tactics card,
Okay.
Draw 2 key points.
which may be bad at this point, but I think. Whoa!
Whoa.
Tactics cards are good, man. There's
I'm actually going to just have a production boom, which is add 3 production to any 1 production track.
I'll allow
Are
it.
you blocking me?
No.
You'll allow it because you have to. And it's still my turn,
Yep.
so I could actually initiate a vote on one of these just so that Nate couldn't vote later without my.
Oh, did you add the 3 to
Consent.
political?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
You did.
I'm
Yeah.
going to buy 1 more tactics card
Okay.
just because it could really save my butt at
He's
the right
fishing
moment.
for an answer. Sounds. I love Jesse's poker face. Like
I have a poker face, y'all. As the reptilians, it is in our interest to raid the YahYel.
Uh-huh.
I choose a player. I choose Nate. Pikachu, I choose you. That player decides you may steal any 2 of their production cubes, or you may move up to 3 spaces on a single domestic investment track of my choice.
Wow. So Nate lose 2 production or Jesse gains
Not
3?
only lose 2, but I steal them.
Right.
You can guess
You
which
get 'em, he
pool I'll
loses
steal
them.
them from.
Yeah, I'll allow him to go up on the domestic. As much as it hurts, you can go up on the domestic investment.
Wow! Was
Jesse
not counting on that.
would probably steal from my political production.
I would definitely steal from his
and maintain his
production.
political stronghold,
Yeah.
stranglehold, and I can't allow that. So
And you see the tactics cards are what makes the
A
humans
single
a good
domestic
race to
investment track. So let's see. I have to go up one that's going to give me at least 1 political. So I think I'm going to take infrastructure. Gives me a civ, a tech, and a political. 1 of everything but military.
it's good.
It would be better if it also gave me military. But, you know, you can't have
play.
everything.
Can't have everything,
Too rich.
especially when you're lizards.
Wow,
Do I
there's
buy
so
1 more
much
tactics
technology.
card? Nope. That's my political actions.
Okay.
That was fun.
All right.
This game's great.
Okay, I'm going to spend a military production, and yeah, this fleet is going to move 2 spaces because I have advanced logistics now, and attack Jesse's fleet here.
Boom! Fight! First battle.
Yep,
What fleet is yours, Nate? How
That's
many
gotta
ships?
be his 1.
that is my
That's
one.
my
with
4.
five-
My
Five.
single ship.
You only have 1? Nate will get Galactic Bully.
Yeah, and that was a big reason I wanted to hit Jesse here. I was hoping I'd get the Galactic Bully objective as well.
Why did you move your weakest fleet so close to him?
It was less that I was moving close to him and more that I was exploring the entire universe.
Ah,
Okay,
But I see you, Nate.
so
I
we
see
roll
you.
simultaneously.
Wait.
5 to
Five.
1.
I get to roll 1 dice.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
So on a circle, I crit though.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, circle! All triangles. Whoa! One
got
square
my
will
hit.
do it. I got a square.
Okay, so each have one hit. I'll lose a ship.
I will also lose a ship.
So your fleet is gone and just goes off the board.
Yep.
And I'll put my marker on the Galactic Bully, and I get 3 victory points.
I have to do my tech production for this phase, so I'm going to start by doing advanced terraforming at a cost of 3, which allows me to exceed planets' maximum capacities by 3. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to pay 3 more to get efficient workforce, which immediately gains me +6 on any domestic investment track, gaining each resource you pass and land on. So, Nate really just spanked me there. So I'm going to go up the arts track because I know that's his favorite. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one actually is a victory point.
Yeah.
So I get that right away, yeah?
No, you get that.
That's end game?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have that locked in.
Okay, so I went up from here to here, so I get 2 political and 1 of each of the others.
Yep.
Wow.
There are.
Wow, the worm has turned. So that puts that I have to cover something. I'm going to cover, for now, the subterranean colonization because I have to cover something. I can later spend 1 cube of anything to rearrange my tech cards, so eventually I'll bury that efficient workforce because who needs workers?
It's a one-time benefit.
I am also upgrading my military techs. And before I do, I want to reveal my Weapons Innovator personal objective, which is a military objective to have the level 3 photon missiles, which Nate just revealed recently as well. So revealing that before I
So that ties you
bury
up.
those,
You're both tied for 9 points.
because I'm going to go ahead and spend my 6 tech production. I'm going to spend 3 of it to upgrade my fleet one more time to phase torpedoes, which is the highest attack. And then I have to decide, do I want to get to my level 5 right now, or do I want to go ahead and get my advanced logistics? And to be honest, I think the advanced logistics may be more important. You know what? I have the 3 tech. I'm going to go ahead and spend the 3 tech to get the emergency jump drives, which allow me for every 2 ships I lose in a battle, I add +1 ship to any fleet in another sector for free.
Pretty cool.
That's my level 5 military, so I've now achieved my level 5 military and also my level 5 civilization, which is the technologist. So that's 2 that I've locked in.
And you'll get those
For
at the end of the
endgame.
game, and they can't be taken from you.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
That's it for my turn. You're up, Nate.
For my turn, I'm going to spend a military production to bombard Jesse's planets.
No!
So I have 4 ships, so I get to roll 4 dice, and every hit will kill a population. That's a crit will do 2 hits alone, so...
Oh, my people are dead. Goodbye, lizards.
Alright. And that's my turn.
So for my action, I'm going to play my favorite tactics card, which is, as Nate predicted, light speed.
Yeah.
It lets you move 0 to 3 spaces and then do a basic military action of explore or attack or colonize or do nothing. And so I'm going to... Are you canceling me?
Nope.
Yeah. One thing, if I can just real comment
Yeah.
quick, those tactics cards, if it says action like that one did, you have to do it on your turn.
Right.
An instant you can do at any time.
And it's
doesn't matter.
considered a military action, right?
No.
So I can't do military actions of building ships. Or
You
anything.
can. You could take a military action,
But that would have
but
to be
you
a
can't
separate
move
turn.
again. You
Right.
could do military. You
Okay.
could build ships,
Okay.
but you could pick another one too if you
Okay.
would rather do that.
I unfortunately don't have anything that lets me build ships for cheaper. I feel like I missed that one. Yeah, I missed that one on the way up. So I am going to, I think, if I agree not to attack you, are we going to be peaceful-ish?
What are your intentions?
I'm looking at it. Well, I was thinking of exploring here, but I also was thinking of fighting the monster. And I think it's time. So
Okay.
I'm going to attack the monster.
All right. And then I can, since I have a fleet adjacent, I could join him for free, which I will.
Rude. Well, I know it's his best
It's a
fleet,
good
so
fleet.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So it's both of our best fleets. I have 5 ships in mine, and Nate has 4 ships in his.
All right, guys. So to defeat the Star Dragon, you need to get 11 hits between the two of you.
Should be easy.
And just to kind of jump in, like the reason I wanted to join Jesse is he's going to win the battle either way, with or without my help. But by going in, I'm going to benefit on some of the rewards at the bottom.
Right. And the rewards are the active player will get 2 VP, so that would only be Jesse,
Yeah.
who is the leader. But both players, if they win, would get 2 political production, and they gain a civilization tech that you can research. So I think that helps Nate more than Jesse.
Definitely helps Nate more than me.
Yeah.
I would have probably, if I'd planned better, I would have waited to get my level 5 civ
To do that.
here for free.
Yeah.
But, okay. So we roll 5 dice. So I have some triangles, but triangles are good because I upgraded my fleet. So
nice.
circles are crits. I have no circles. I have 3 triangles are single hits.
I have 2 hits.
Somebody give me 5 cubes.
Total of 5 hits.
All right.
We need a total of 11.
You need a total of 11.
What does he do on his turn?
So there's no monster ability cards, for example, on this one. So it's 0. So just want to make sure everybody knows that. So now he is going to do 1 damage to each fleet. And he does an additional 2 to any fleet that has more than 3 ships.
So we'll do 3 damage to both of us.
So we both go down to 2 ships.
3 damage?
You should
3
reroll.
damage.
You should reroll. You have tactics cards.
It's your combat. You're
You
gonna
have
get
tactics
points.
cards.
I'm not rerolling.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
All right. So Jesse can roll.
So I'm
reroll
going
up
to
to
reroll
dice.
3 of them.
Yeah.
So that takes away one of my hits, but I'm hoping to get a crit in place of a hit. So that's an extra 2 hits. That's a total of 5 hits that I've done.
And I did 2.
All right.
So we
So
did
give
7.
me 2 more.
Yeah.
And now
Still
we
not enough
each
to kill him,
lose
right?
3 ships, you
each
said?
lose 3.
What was the text of his thing again?
He does 1 damage to each fleet. And he does an additional 2 damage to each fleet that has more
So does
than
that
3
put you
ships.
just down to 1 ship?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
can
just
hope
one
that
ship.
Nate will die and not get no rewards. out
That
of
could
this
happen.
combat.
That could happen,
That's
yeah.
right.
All right, next round. So I only get 2 dice
And I
now.
only get 1 die. And we need how many to hit?
2,
many?
4,
He has 4 more. Hit points.
Ooh,
4.
Nate really tanked me here. I could have done
You
this
need
on
a
my
crit.
own. I got 2 single hits,
I got 1 hit. So we are 1 away.
and you're gonna die.
But you might die as well.
I might.
Let's give me 2 more. So that's 10. So he's got 1 hit point left. He does 1 damage.
I'm out.
Nate's dead.
Ooh, that's sad. All right, y'all. So I have a 2 in 3 chance of winning here.
You took your damage?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I didn't move it down.
Now
Yeah,
you roll,
one
I have
die.
just
roll
1
1
die.
die.
Come on, baby.
Does he have tactics cards left to reroll?
No, I
No.
spent them all. That's a hit.
Ah.
No, it's not. That's a hit.
And you got no reroll?
No
Not
reroll.
my turn. I'm going to take the civilization action, and I'm actually going to populate. So I can populate 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And I'll also build a trade station.
About time.
I'll build a trade station here.
No!
That gives me 1 resource for free, and I will spend it, put it in political. And I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna use military. I'm gonna move this fleet, and I'm going to colonize this planet. Done.
Nice. I'm going to spend the military, and I will move this fleet 2 spaces and colonize. And explore.
No.
Thank you. An ancient starbase found. Option 1, I can disassemble the starbase or the station for parts. Option 2, I can preserve the historical structure, or I can research the station, destroying it. Extra ships, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm going to disassemble the station for parts, the first option. That gives me 2 ships. And I need Fleet 2 to be bigger. I'll go up to 5 ships in Fleet 2.
What for?
Nothing. Never mind.
All right, I will take a military action to move this fleet here, and I'm going to colonize these 2
Man,
lovely
you're laying
planets.
eggs all over the galaxy.
Well, my other eggs got crushed, so
Your other eggs. I'm actually going to use a population boom card that adds 1 production to each.
Oh no! You said that was one of your favorite cards.
It is, because that gives me the flexibility to kind of do anything I
It's
want.
pretty nice.
I'll spend technology and a political and convert those to a civilization.
What are you doing?
And then I'll spend those 2 civilization to build a trade station.
Another trade station?
And that will give me another
this
production.
Is a problem.
And I'll place it there.
This is a problem. Alright, I'm going to use my
That's
last...
a public objective, isn't it? 4 trade stations?
He only has 3. He only has 3. I'm going to use a military to move 1 more space, and I'm going to explore this sector. And this is the last card in the Explore deck, by the way. Alien ships adrift. A cluster of unknown alien ships float lifeless in space. Selection 1, research the ancient ships, +2 tech production. Doesn't benefit me a lot at this point. Selection 2, quest, test the ship technology in battle. Place this card in front of you. Place a quest marker. Participate in a space battle with another player with this fleet. Reward upon completion 4 military production. Try to find the ship's rightful owners. Draw 1 tactic card. Purely strategic. I have no tactics cards. I'm drawing a tactics card.
All right. I'm going to spend a military production and move 2 spaces with this fleet. 1, 2. And Jesse, I would like to just move in and explore. So I'm not attacking. You could choose to defend that space and not allow me to explore if you want and start a combat.
I don't want you exploring. I'm going to fight you.
All right.
Lizard, you're playing your race.
That's my next strongest one.
Also my strongest fleet.
I only have 3 ships, but
And
I have
5.
better weapons.
You have better weapons, but I also have tactics cards.
I have a tactics card.
Yeah, good for you.
Space bully. Triangle, circle, square. That's 3 hits.
Circle, circle, square. I've got a crit, 4 hits.
Ooh.
And you have only 3 ships. How many did you get? 3?
3. I'm going to reroll. So triangle, circle is a crit, so I'm going to keep the circle. And I'm going to hope to at least knock him down to 1 ship, even if I don't kill him. So that's 4 hits total.
Okay.
4 hits to 4 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead.
And I still
I have no
one
fleets
you have
left.
one left.
sheep left. Yeah.
So you have survived, Nate.
Yep.
But you already have Galactic Bully, right?
Yep.
He does.
And I get to explore there, right?
You do.
No, you don't.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
that's-
Oh,
sorry.
did I
Next
stop you
round.
from
Yeah.
exploring?
Next
You
round.
did.
I can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's your turn, huh?
Yep.
Well, that took away the tactics card I was counting on my population boom.
Good.
Yeah, it was worth it. It stopped you from exploring, and it allows me to pass early. No reason for me to spend my political production when I just need it as a defensive mechanism. So I'm going to advance on the education track. As a teacher, I feel education's important in all civilizations.
Very true.
Plus,
Done.
that gives you yeah, like Jesse said, even after you pass, you can participate in voting. So he's holding that back. If I call a vote, he
Yeah.
can still
Yeah.
win titles that way.
It's crazy. My fleet 2 is gone.
Actually,
What happens if I run out of fleets? Has that ever happened?
Your whole civilization is 2 ships.
total. Okay, I'm
We
gonna
have colonization teleporters.
I'm gonna spend 2 political production actually to convert that to a military. This is inefficient, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. I'll spend the military to explore in that location. And I'll draw a card. Earlier, the Explore deck ran out, so we draw 10 more cards from the reserve, and that makes up the new Explore deck.
And the main reason to have the Explore deck only 10 cards is so that those side quests, when they get shuffled in, will come up more quickly.
That's right.
That's right. So I have an epidemic. 60% of the crew on my ships in this fleet have contracted a strange disease.
Is that
Ha.
coronavirus?
COVID 20,000. Option 1, study the disease at the cost of the lives, basically. Selection 2, treat the crew despite the cost. And 3 is try to weaponize it.
Reptilians are immune to coronavirus.
So, interesting, like option 2, to treat the crew at all costs. This fleet only has 1 ship, and if I chose that one, it would lose my last ship, so I can't really choose that one. And option 1 has me discarding tactics cards. I don't really want to do that. I like one of my objectives is having tactics cards. So I'll weaponize the disease, to get 2 military production.
I'm
Jesse.
continuing to pass.
Yeah.
So I will move up on that track. So now that's worth 3 victory points just for being at 3 or higher on all 4 tracks.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm also at the front of all 4 tracks.
Again.
It's kind of cool.
All right. I will spend 2 military production to convert to a civ and spend those 2 civ to build my last trade station here.
Oof.
That gives me another resource of my choice. I'll put it in technology.
That was the main reason I was trying to fight him, not
Yeah.
because I didn't want him to explore.
That will give me the constructor public objective.
Wow, Nate's kicking my
For
butt.
4 points.
No.
And I'm done. Pass again, Jesse.
Yeah, I will pass again. You're right. So what's tech without an extra
It took
tech?
you to age 3, but you got them built.
I did. Not the ideal way to do it, but Jesse forced my hand. And I'll pass as well. in
Oh,
the
no.
third age. And I will go up on
He's
the
gonna have
infrastructure.
so much production, y'all.
And go get on
So
technology.
much production.
So that's it. End of age 3.
Yep.
All right, Nate. End of age 3, going into the last age. How you doing?
A little bit better than the last stage, but I still got a lot of ground to catch up. I'm hoping my production advantage is really going to help me catch up. But Jesse, I feel like I think he's winning a little bit. So this age, what I really want to do is I want to build some ships and then try to take out the Star Dragon in the middle, because the Star Dragon's benefit, if you beat him, is to give you a free civilization tech. And one of my objectives is to have a level 5 civilization tech. So that's going to help me accomplish that. I need to contest Jesse on the domestic investment track. He's currently going to get like 13 points from that track alone, and that's way too many points to leave uncontested. So I'm going to try to challenge him there a little bit by getting my level 5 civilization tech, and then also passing early if I see an opportunity to do that. He has 3 titles, which is a big problem. I don't think I can really steal that from him very efficiently, but I'll keep an eye on that. If he doesn't allocate enough political production, then I'll try to take those titles from him late game.
All right, Jesse. That's the end of age 3, going into the last age. What's
I
the plan?
literally lost 3 fleets that age. I'm tanked. Like, I'm destroyed. And I'm so mad at myself because I realized I researched the emergency jump drives and didn't take advantage of it. And so that's a really unfortunate misstep on my part.
Nate'll probably let you have it.
I wouldn't do that, though. Like, it's one thing to retcon something that you did wrong that hurt someone else that gave you an advantage. It's a different thing to go back and say, like, I didn't do this and should get this advantage. I don't do that. This is the one thing I'm trying to still achieve, is my last personal objective. I am going to try to drop some babies on a couple specific planets and then get out. I think if I can keep the pressure on Nate to keep his turns down, if I can keep a big pool of leftover, because you get some extra points for having leftover cubes in your production. So I think if I can just pass early, and really having control of the galaxy at this point doesn't matter to me as long as I can at least score the first part of this. So that's it.
Very good. All right, production phase for
Nate's
the
about
final
to
age.
Smack me down with production. I'm getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. +1 for subterranean is 10. +2 political.
No, not bad. Actually, it's pretty close.
Plus your tactics cards.
Yep,
for-
I'm getting
right?
2 political and then a tactics card.
And nobody dropped a fleet into the nebulas, which would give 2 technology production, just to
No.
let people know.
If I had
Never
a
did.
fleet left,
If you weren't destroyed.
And for me, I've got 7 in my home world and 5 here for 12 base production. And then my trade stations, this one gives me 1, 2. This one gives me another one, 3. And this one gives me 2 more for 4, 5. 5 bonus production for my trade stations.
jeez, how much did you just get?
Great. I think it's 17.
And if you built
no.
and if you built your racial wonder last stage, you would have got
Plus
4
4.
more, so you would have paid for a wonder.
Or if I'd colonized a little better, but
Yeah.
it's a tight game, so.
Yeah.
It is a tight game.
Yeah, it's easy for me. I'm not playing.
Armchair quarterback over there. All right, so let me distribute my.
All right, so now is the governing phase behind the screens.
Yeah.
So the last age is very interesting because you have the most production in this age. So you
Sometimes.
can really get a lot of objectives completed in this last stage, and it's where you score the majority of your points. But you can also go out early and really put pressure on other players and score points through the domestic investment track. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes out when.
Good.
All
Done.
set.
I'm gonna just pay 2 tech production to finally get advanced logistics. I've been sitting on it for a while. It's the best upgrade in the game, and I've not taken it until just now. That's
Loser.
That also gives Jesse, if he rebuilds military, the chance to strike back at me. So don't like that. I'm going to take a military action, and I will spend 3 military to increase fleet 3 ships, giving me 5.
I don't like that.
And I will spend light speed card to move 3 spaces.
No.
I'll move
Going
this
to
fleet
fight the Star
1, 2,
Dragon?
3, and fight the Star Dragon.
I
And
can't
Jesse,
get in there.
Jesse can't even join. He's not
Well,
next to it.
better luck to you than last time. 'Cause
Yeah.
last time you messed it up.
I got, yeah.
All right,
So,
Nate. So
5 ships,
So you got 5 ships.
This
Star
could be
Dragon
a
has
game changer right
7
here.
hit points.
only 7 hit points. So I think I like my odds. I need circles and squares.
You got
I
a circle
only
and
got a
4
crit.
triangles.
So this is a perfect example of reroll territory.
I think you should re-roll 3 triangles and
I
get
will
3 more triangles.
Spend a card to reroll 3 die.
Oh, you hit on squares?
I hit
All
on
right.
circles and squares.
All right.
Yeah, opposite from me. I'm circles and triangles.
That was
Oh,
all
that's
triangles.
Oh my God! He rolled all triangles.
So my whole strategy relies on beating Star Dragon. I have to burn another card.
That's a whole mood right there.
Oh, another card. This is.
Triangles! Oh,
I got only
Nate.
1 more hit.
That's
More
3
triangles.
hits total.
That's not very
So
good.
give me 3.
Don't like my
Ooh,
odds
you're
now.
not gonna re-roll again.
I don't have any more cards.
Wait, you're out of
I
tactics
just
cards?
burned through all
Wait,
my
isn't that
tactics
one of your
cards.
things?
It is to have the most tactics cards. Yes.
Ooh, so I'm ahead on that right now.
Wow, that was bad for
That-
Nate.
that was
bad
really
roll.
So Star Dragon's going to deal.
He does 3 damage
3
because you
damage
had
to
more
me?
than
Yeah.
3 ships.
So I have 2 ships left. I need 4 hits with 2 ships. Okay. Let's
Need
go.
circles.
Need circles.
At least one of them.
Wow. Double triangle.
Oh, so you
That is going to spell my doom. I did have a chance because he would have only done 1 damage.
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
get 2 rolls, 1 roll, but now with no hits,
now you can't do it.
I can't do it.
Oh,
So
you
my
can't
last-
retreat? You can't retreat?
No,
No.
not
My
monsters.
last one is a hit, but not
4
enough. The
damage
Star
total.
Dragon deals the damage
You
back.
know, I would feel bad for you if you hadn't come in and stopped me from killing him earlier.
Wow, that was devastating.
That was
That makes
devastating.
me feel a lot better.
So,
So-
Nate, how do you feel about the design of this game?
It's terrible. Whoever balanced this game clearly doesn't know what they're doing.
Crying.
Yeah, my whole game plan, as I outlined out there, Jesse, was kill the Star Dragon to give me the level 4 civilization.
Sure. So that you could then
Technology.
get your level 5.
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
well-
and that's a level 1 monster.
Yeah, it's Star
Well,
Dragon. But we had
we
had
didn't
very weak
do as much
fleets.
Weak
military
fleets.
as we might.
Right.
I had plenty of production to build more ships,
Right.
and I was greedy and thought I could get away with it.
It just shows you that you really should go in with a max fleet.
In
when you
most
fight
of
it.
my
Yeah.
games, I go heavier military because
Yeah.
I've seen that strategy work a lot, and I was trying something a little different here.
Yeah.
We've seen how that went with the fight against the Star Dragon. I also think I could have killed him if Nate hadn't come in
Yeah.
that first time.
For sure.
So you're feeling good after
I
that.
am feeling great. I'm
The news
spending
has spread.
a military to move my last fleet. Since I have advanced logistics, I can move up to 2 spaces now rather than just 1. And then I'm gonna drop some babes.
Yep.
Pew pew! Actually, I just want to drop 1 baby.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think having a lot of babies now is useful.
All right.
It's my turn.
Okay, so I have to shift gears completely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert 6 civilization production
What?
into 3 technology production.
What?
And you spend that 6
Oh,
technology
man.
production to build my level 4 advanced
I
terraforming
didn't see that coming.
and my level 5 efficient workforce.
Ooh, that was expensive,
It
Nate.
was.
He
but
moves up on the track.
It moves me up on the
6
track.
spaces,
track?
anyone.
Which track?
I will go up on this track.
I think you should choose a
1,
different
2,
track.
3, 4, 5, 6, landing me on the victory point at least.
Oh,
And I
man.
get. It was
A little bit of
expensive, but I also
everything.
get
You
5
get
resources back. So
bunch of stuff. Well
So I
worth
get-
it.
1 of everything and a ship. Actually, 2 military. Sorry, a political.
Oh, you just get to build a ship.
Tech,
That's nice.
and I get to build a ship.
I could use that.
Okay.
So you can just bring a fleet back, right? By building a ship. And
Yeah,
it just
that goes on your home world. Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a military production to travel. I'm going to move my last fleet 2 more spaces over to here, and I'm going to drop a baby, and then I'm going to reveal my last personal objective card, which is Expert Pioneer. I get 2 VPs immediately for colonizing 3 uninhabitable planets, which I've got 1, 2, 3.
Very good.
Technically, I had that earlier, but someone bombed one of them. That's it.
Okay.
Karma came back to him, though, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did. Pretty hard. I'm gonna spend 4 political production to draw tactics cards. I'll draw 4 and keep 2. Keep that one and that one. Yes, that might have been my favorite one.
Nice.
And you're up.
All right, this might be crazy, but I think it's time for me to pass. I'm doing the early passing strategy, so ending the game by moving up on the social programs track here, which gives me a Civ production. So one of the reasons I'm passing early, in addition to kind of forcing Nate to go a little faster, I'm trying to have 16 or more cubes on my mat at the end of the game because that's 8 bonus points right there. Right now I've got 10 and 14. I'm also trying to keep some political in reserve because I know Nate might force a vote. And I'm trying to hang on to at least 2 of the 3 titles.
Yeah. So that changes things a little. I think.
Does it?
I think I'm okay. I'm gonna have to switch gears and try to just grab whatever points I can. Okay, so I'll spend a military production and move this fleet here to explore.
Explore.
Trying to get at least a few places explored. Okay, I have found a space factory filled with robots. Option 1, I can use the factory. Option 2, I can leave the factory and robots alone and draw a tactics card. That sounds good because that's one of my objectives. Option 3, I can share the robots with other races and gain 2 Civ production. I'm actually going to choose that because the extra production probably will hopefully bump me up to the next victory point level. So I'll share the robots with the other races and get 2 civilization production. Jesse?
Alright. I am going to advance along the social programs track again, which gives me a political production. 1 more cube is all I need.
Jesse has 7 places explored. And
You
so
can tie that.
I could tie that if I continue exploring. I think that's what I'm going to do.
You can't surpass it.
Right.
I took that into
By
account.
design.
I probably should have explored 1 more time.
I'll move here and explore this location. A massive asteroid's been discovered. I can harvest the minerals for myself, gaining military production, or I can sell the ore to traders and start a quest to go to a trade station. But it's probably too late for me to go on a quest.
You
this
have
late in the
tons
game.
of trade stations.
So I do.
They're literally right there.
next door.
Yeah, but you've passed already,
Yeah,
so does he
exactly.
want to spend time?
That's not worth the time.
I see what you're doing, you sneaky.
I'll gain 2 military
What does it
production.
benefit me at this point? Once every 3 turns, I gain a victory point.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Not as good as still playing.
So I'm definitely working towards the same exploration objective Jesse had. So, okay. And
I
pass.
will pass. Let's see, that's gonna gain me a military. That's it.
Okay. I'm just realizing I've run out of empty spaces to go to that are easily accessible. So it's going to cost me maybe some extra turns, but I think it's worth it to get 6 victory
points instead of 3.
Yeah. And so I'll move this fleet. I'll see if I can kill anything along the way. I'll move this fleet here and bombard.
Rude.
That fleet
Oh, you have to roll dice.
has 1 ship. I'll attack the uninhabited.
What is it? Triangles is what I want you to get?
Not triangles.
Triangles! Oh,
Square hit. So I killed the uninhabitable
That's
one.
unfortunate.
And Jesse's up.
I am up. I'll move up on this track, and that's another victory point for me.
Wow.
The book.
And probably my last section of the game, I'll move this fleet to explore here with my last exploration star. Let's see if I can at least get some free production. Emergency signal beacon. I've discovered a fleet of refugees seeking asylum. I can use their ships for parts and fuel for 3 military production. Or I could go on a quest to rescue and harbor them on a safe planet.
Do a quest.
Again, I don't really have time to save them, so I'm going to use their ships for parts and fuel. I'll gain 3 military production. There's a quest I would shuffle in, but I'm about to pass, so no need to add that in right now. I'm not going to explore anymore, and Jesse's already passed. Okay, Jesse's up.
Oh, I get to pass.
You
again?
can't explore anymore, right?
Neither of us can, yeah.
Well, I don't know what good this does me now, but look, I just got a ship, guys.
Yay!
Good matter.
That's it. Done.
And I'll pass for my last turn, so I don't really think I can...
Moving up the one.
I will go
yeah,
up here.
that's a
That'll
point.
give me a point.
Yeah.
Dabbing on
Well worth
tracks.
And a cube, and just
And get the
in
cube.
case you need
Yeah.
that
That
for your
might bump me up.
16.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of the game, boys.
Good game,
Good
Jesse.
game.
I don't know who's going to win, but that
I
was
still
a lot
don't
of fun.
know
Yeah.
where
Alright.
I stand.
We will go to scoring right now. Right, so now we're going to move to end of game scoring, and we'll walk you through this.
Uninhabited planets?
So right now, Jesse has 11 victory points, and Nate has 19. But it's
It
not.
might change.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. That includes all the public
Nate
objectives.
managed to get 2 public objectives, and I was just telling the guys that I specifically chose not to go for those. They didn't work with the personal objectives I chose, and I chose to prioritize
Right.
those. They did.
Yeah.
This was my strategy I was aiming for going in.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to go through the end of game scoring. So personal objectives. Which ones are complete for you at the end of the game?
I've actually completed all 5 of mine.
Oh, no.
I reached a level 5 Civ technology for 4 victory points.
Very good.
I reached a level 5 military technology for 4 points.
8.
I had 2 titles at the end, which I know was one of Nate's also, so I kept him from getting that.
Did not get that.
So that's 4 more points.
12.
I have the highest total population on uninhabitable planets, which is probably why Nate was trying to bomb me there
It
at the
was.
end.
It didn't stop you.
But I managed to still have a couple over there. So
16?
and then finally, I tied Nate for Pathfinder. And since ties are friendly in this game, that's
the
6
points.
more points for me, but also 6 points for Nate.
So 22.
22, so that changes things.
Yes.
So I go from 11 up to 33. But Nate's about to do the same thing.
All right, Nate, what you got?
Not quite as well. So I do have the most tactics cards for the Adept Strategist. I have 2 to Jesse's one. I was able to buy
Yeah.
2 at the end there for 4 points. I have a level 5 Civilization Tech, another 4 points. I've also explored the most empty sectors for 6. So it's 14, and I have I don't have the majority population on the most planets. Jesse spread out at the end and kind of took that from me. I was hoping to compete on that one, but I did not get that one.
So you have 14?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. So 14
ties
plus
us.
19 ties us at 33.
Heck yeah.
For personal
I'll take
objectives.
That's not very good for me.
All right.
great.
All right, next is wonders, but you both are
Neither of
wonderless.
us built wonders.
You're
Yeah,
wonderless.
You know what?
So no
I
points.
could have soaked
Yeah.
some money into that with my political production, but I figured just saving it at the end was... I saved turns, and that was
Protected
what was
your
important.
time.
And you wanted to
Well.
keep the titles, right?
I did,
Exactly.
yeah. It was defensive.
All right, remaining production cubes. How many production cubes do you have, Jesse?
I have 17.
All right, so you get 8 victory points.
And I think Nate's also got 16.
No,
plus,
I
right?
failed just shy.
Oh, no.
That hurts.
1, 2, 3,
I only
4,
had
5, 6,
15.
7, 8.
So you get 5, Nate.
I get
1,
5.
2,
I was
3,
1 shy.
4, 5.
And now we do the domestic investment track. So 1 VP for everyone that's passed
Yeah.
there's
Victory
So I
score.
think
Red
Nate
has
and I
one.
each have one.
Yep.
so 1 each.
Yep.
1 for Jesse and 1 for Nate. 3 VP for everybody who's the highest.
And this is where Jesse kills me.
9 for Jesse, 3 for Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 9 for Jesse puts him at 51.
Yeah.
And 3 for me puts me at 42.
VP equal to the lowest track if you've got all 4 cubes on.
So I made it all the way up to 5.
Wow. 56 points. Jesse.
Nate gets 1.
I get 1.
And that's it. Jesse wins.
Good game, man.
Congratulations.
Jesse.
That was amazing.
You know what? If you killed the space dragon, the star dragon, you might have
that would have
really
helped quite a lot.
turned it around there.
Yeah.
That was really the defining moment
Yeah.
in the
Both times
in
we
the game.
both
yeah.
times
For
we
both of
lost
us.
to him,
The
yeah.
Star Dragon changed the course of the entire battle.
Completely. Yeah, yeah.
Good
it was
game.
fun. It was fun. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Jesse's the winner. Congratulations,
yeah! Woo!
Good job, Jesse.
Jesse. The designer
Against the designer. How did
is
that
the
happen?
loser.
Yeah.
So what do you got? What? Give me your thoughts, man.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before, but I think both Star Dragon battles really defined the game. Late
sure.
game, I was hoping to get a lot of advantages by beating the Star Dragon all by myself, and when he defeated me, I had to be very inefficient in the whole rest of my turn on the 4th age, which is the critical age to accomplish your objectives. Jesse also was able to kind of beat me at a couple of objectives that we were competing against. The political objective, he took the titles early, and I didn't really see an opportunity to take them back from him. And then also expanding throughout the galaxy, having the most planets. Jesse was able to expand, but I went more populated cities and planets, and he spread out through the galaxy. So he beat me on that one. But really, to me, what really cost me the game was the domestic investment track. Jesse was using his strategy to pass early and often and get that level 5 tech to dominate the domestic investment track, and I think that really made the difference.
Yeah, and those monster battles are they're high risk, high reward, right? And you rolled really bad.
Yeah.
4 triangles
both
twice in a
times.
row,
Yeah.
which is. But that can happen, right? You've got to you've got to make sure you go in there strong.
Yeah, that was a calculated risk for me. I
yeah.
wanted to go in with just enough to beat him, but didn't want to build enough ships to really invest that much in it. Because that was kind of my economy advantage, and when I lost that, I'd spent so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew when I was going in, I didn't want to increase that fleet too much, because if I powered up too much, already having my max firepower and also increasing the number of ships would have maybe increased the probability of winning. But I also was kind of calculating how long will it take for Nate's fleet to completely die versus just winning that battle. I tried to keep the pressure on Nate the whole game because I know he's pretty intense at games like this. I knew that his military force would probably be strong, so I kind of diversified, whereas usually I'd go strong in military or strong in civ. I tried to do a little bit of everything, and it paid off. I also kept a lot of political in reserve the whole game. I spent a lot of the game sitting on resources, which sounds kind of not fun, but it was fun.
Yeah, it just makes it super tense because you're waiting and seeing is the other person going to call a vote? What's the other person? When are they going to pass? It's really a tense moment.
I actually had as my last tactics card, I got the one that would add 4 votes. So
no.
I was even if he tries to vote, I'm not spending these. I was just trying to sit on them, and I think passing early really helped me a lot.
Yeah. Good job. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Jesse.
it was fun. Great job,
Yeah,
Jesse.
I think I got lucky too with some of the objectives you picked versus some of the ones I picked. I was going for uninhabitable planets, and I saw Nate never built that tech, so I was like, okay, I got this. I don't need to.
Yeah. I
Drop
probably
a lot of babies.
should have paid attention to that and maybe tried to wipe those planets out instead of just the 2 planets
But
in the
I
center.
didn't reveal that until
Right.
the last minute.
Which is part of your strategy, I'm sure. Yeah.
It just is the way it works.
Yeah.
Well, it's lots of fun. Well done.
Yeah, great
great
game.
game.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.